I love it when people say, I'm going to be completely honest with you, and then sit you down and lie to your face. So tonight was Love Island All Stars Day 15. I didn't make a video for the 2 days before because, let's face it wasn't very exciting, was it? But I will be covering some of the things in this video. I seen an article this morning claiming that fans of the show supposedly wanted Hannah off the island because she made offensive comments about a South African delicacy. Now, I'm sorry, right, but people come to Scotland all the time and they say Scottish food's disgusting, fried pizza's disgusting, fried chocolate's disgusting, haggis, oh, I would never try haggis. Whatever that cold fish soup is called, oh, I would never have that, that's disgusting. Like, without even tasting it, right? And never once have I thought, oh my god, I am so offended that you don't like Scottish food. If people are watching that and they're offended that she doesn't like a dish for their country, take yourself to fuck. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, people get offended over anything. But the thing is, I'm now starting to think that all these articles are completely made up, because since I've seen that this morning, I've now seen another at least 6 articles in one day saying that fans are demanding that all these people get kicked out for the most stupid crap ever. And it's like the Sun and all that, right? So you can't really call that news. I think half the time it's just students who don't have a job and like they've had a chance to do an internship and they're just watching Love Island and then making stories up as they go along. I seen one article saying that fans wanted Chris removed because he was condescending to Arabella, and then just 2 seconds before I started making this video, I seen one saying that fans wanted Tyler removed because he was using his ex to stay in the house. And I'm like, nobody's demanding that MD's getting put out the house. Stop lying. So yesterday they were playing Snog, Marry, Pie, and there wasn't many surprises in there, let's be honest. However, Mitch had an actual cheek to pie Liberty. She has done nothing but be nice to him, and then he had the cheek to pie her, and then he was like, oh, the other girls are not speaking to me because of the way you're acting. No, Mitch, they weren't speaking to you because you were a dick. And then it absolutely baffled me that Georgia H was still wanting to pursue things with him, even after the way he was treating Liberty. Like, I wouldn't care how good looking I thought a guy was. If somebody was acting the way Mitch was and then he actually pied the lassie who hadn't done anything wrong, why would you then pursue him? It made absolutely zero sense to me whatsoever. So poor Anton was trying to impress Georgia H by kissing her and saying all these really nice things about her, even though she's basically told him she's not interested, and he fell in the pool. And I was like, oh my god, that's a redneck. But to be fair, if that had been me falling into the pool, I'd have been in there, I'd have been splashing all over the place looking like a dick. He actually tried to do it in style, do you know what I mean? He did a wee backflip before he went in. And it was just a sin because everybody was just laughing at him. I was like, oh my god. And even though he's not coupled up with anybody in the house, a few of the girls decided to marry him. And he was like, I'm really confused, they're saying I'm husband material and all that, but nobody's interested in me. And I know I'm always saying he's a compulsive liar, but I can't help but like him. So in tonight's show, Georgia H pulled Mitch for a chat, and she was saying, I don't think you should have pied Liberty, she's done nothing but be nice to you and like you and stuff like that, and I think you should say sorry to her. And to be honest, I would rather somebody didn't apologise to me than do it because they've been told to do it. It's like when you were a wee girl or a wee boy and your mum used to go, you don't do that, you're going to apologise. And you didn't fucking want to apologise because you weren't sorry. Don't come up to me and give me a fake apology. Like, just don't fucking speak to me. The main focus of tonight's show was on Georgia S and Tom, and I was so confused watching it because Sophie was talking to Josh and she told him that Georgia says that she couldn't picture herself sleeping with Callum. And by the way, I've mentioned before that I never seen season 1, but everybody in work kept telling me to watch it. So I did actually go back and watch it. And Josh and Hannah look like 2 completely different people. She never needed her boobs done, right? Her boobs looked amazing. I don't know if they were fake to start off with, but they looked amazing. I don't understand why she had to get them bigger. And Josh was actually good looking when he was younger, but he was a lot more immature, I must admit. He has actually grown a bit. But anyway, that's besides the point. So they 2 were talking, and then later Anton, Tyler and Callum were talking about Georgia S and Tom going for chats again. And everybody in the house is like, oh, they're always going for chats, blah, 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 blah. and then like it seemed as if everybody was gossiping about it at the same time. But that's just the way they edit the show. Do you know what I mean? They make it look as if all these conversations are happening at the same time, just to like build the drama. So Josh opens his big fat mouth to Chris and tells him what Georgia S said about not picturing herself sleeping with Callum. And Chris was like, shocked, right? And he's like that, oh, I don't know what to do, like I don't think I should get involved, but I kind of feel like it's too late now and we need to say something. Now at this point, I kind of started to feel sorry for Callum, but then I remembered he's a complete man-whore and I was like, fuck him. So they both pulled Callum for a chat and then he spoke to Georgia S. And I felt like at the time she was being upfront and she's like, I have been taking him for chats, things have been really flirty and all that. And I thought, oh, good for her, she's being really honest, like that's good. But then I got really confused because from that conversation, I took it that she was saying, I like you, but I like Tom more, and I was getting to know him again. He's one of my exes or whatever. But then he started kissing her and all that, and maybe I just wasn't listening to the conversation properly. But I feel like I would have then took a step back for that. But he was obviously happy to just carry on as usual. But then later when they were talking again, she was saying, oh, things were flirty to start off with, but I've only got eyes for you, Callum. And I was like, literally at the start of the show though, you were telling Tom that you liked him and that you wanted to pursue things. And I'm like, what am I not understanding here? Like, have I missed something? So Molly was totally pissed when she found out that the two of them had been flirty. And she was annoyed about it because she says Tom should have told her. And I agree, right, Tom should have told her. But he's like, oh, we're not in a relationship. But a lot of the time in there, you're not in relationships. It only takes 2 seconds to say, by the way, we've been chatting and it's been quite flirty and you know that I've been there before. And maybe we'll end up having chats or like whatever. But I feel as if Molly was kept in the dark. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't like Molly, right? But she still deserves honesty. So when Josh told Sophie that he told Chris what she said, like, she got up and just walked away and she's like, don't even talk to me. And I was like, what is it with these guys? They can't fucking hold their water for 3 seconds. And she walked away in a bad mood, but then at the end of the show she was kissing him again. Like, I don't know, like how many hours ago was it that he told you that he'd done that and now you're kissing him? The timeline doesn't make sense. I kind of wish it was like Big Brother and they put on it like the date and time of when it happened. But it must be harder to do that because they're obviously trying to edit it to make it look as if it's all happening at the same time. So Hannah told Tyler that she didn't really have any feelings for him or she wasn't getting the fanny flutters. And I was like, I kind of felt like she did like him. And then out the blue, she just wasn't interested in him anymore. I don't know what's up with me the day, I'm not getting what's going on in there. So they were in the Vibe Club and Georgia S and Molly sat down for a chat. And Georgia S says, I'm going to be completely honest with you. And then I felt like she sat down and just lied straight to her face. Because she was saying, oh, when we first came in and like I'm exes with Tom and there's obviously like history there. So we were quite flirty to start off with. But the conversation that they had at the start of the show, she was being flirty and she was saying, oh, like, you, if it wasn't for Molly, do you think you'd be with me and all that? Like trying to get him to go with her. And she was just lying to her face. Obviously it was annoying because she had gave Molly her chance to speak and then when she was trying to speak, Molly was butting in. But also Georgia S kept saying, oh, this is because of Callum, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't because of Callum. Like, I would have felt stupid as well if I'd have thought, oh, their exes are just friends, they're just having, like, normal talks and not thinking that they were flirting with each other. So I could see Molly's side, even though I can't stand her. But then George is like, oh, I'm a girl's girl and all that. And it's like, well, no, you're not. Meanwhile, the full house was listening into this and they're like, like, Mitch and Chris can't keep shock off their face. Anytime they're feeling any emotion, you can see it on their face. But then at the very end of the show, they had the public vote and they lined everybody up in order. And I was shocked to see Tom and Molly as the favourite couple. But Mitch and Liberty went, and to be honest, I feel like Liberty deserved more of a chance. But I'm not sad to see the back of Mitch. So now they've got to vote themselves for tomorrow night to see who goes. So let me know in the comments what you thought of tonight's episode, because the last couple have been boring. And who do you think is going to go in tomorrow night's episode?